Hey everybody, it's Brianna here, and in today's video we are going to be talking all about visual schedules. We're going to talk about how to make them and how to use them at home with your child now that you have to kind of create that routine, that school routine at home. So today we're going to be going into detail about a daily schedule, a first then schedule, and a procedural schedule or a horizontal schedule. All of these schedules have different uses and different ways to make them. We will go into that later in this video, but right now I just want to explain what visual schedules are and how you can use them to kind of create that routine at home. So a visual schedule just shares a different mode of understanding for your child. It gives your child visual representation of what they should expect throughout their day so that hopefully they can understand and process that schedule and cut down on the negative behaviors that can be associated with transitioning between activities. I'm sure that you've seen it at home, the tantruming that you get from moving from playing with a toy to moving to playing at your Zoom sessions. And we just want to use these schedules to help your child understand and create an easier transition at home. So next, we're going to be going into how to make these schedules and what you will need. So some materials that you're going to need is a printer, preferably a color printer, paper, scissors to cut out the pictures on your schedules, a laminator so that your schedules can last, just using them with the kids, that you get food on them, you get drinks on them. If you laminate them, it'll be easier to just wipe them clean and use them on the go, and Velcro so that you can secure pictures to your schedules. So I'm going to show you my daily schedule right now. This is the schedule that I use in music. So as you can see, I have Velcro on the opposite side to secure pictures to it. It's easy to find the pictures, and that way I keep all my pictures in one place and don't have to find pictures in like a plastic bag or something like that. And then I have Velcro on the front to secure the pictures that I'm going to be using at that time and have it handy. So I'm gonna share my screen with you guys right now and show you how to find pictures and put them in a grid form to make it easier to cut out and paste on to your schedules. So before we get started on how to create a grid and put pictures into that grid so it's easy to print, I wanted to show you this resource called Pinterest. It's a great place to learn about crafts and different things for kids, and you can really just search anything in the search bar. So I'm going to search visual schedules and see what it brings up, and it just shows you all these different ideas on how to create schedules, different kinds of schedules you can make, and it can really help like spark that creative concept if you want to, and if you want to like use a different resource to create these schedules. So right now I'm going to show you how I created the procedural schedule for washing your hands that I will show you later in this video. So I just opened up a Word document. It can be any kind of document, Word, Pages, whatever kind of document you have. And I inserted a table. So I just went to insert table and I clicked basic. Just any kind of table will do. You just want to have it in grid form so your pictures are relatively the same size and so that your pictures are as easy to print and laminate right on the spot. So here we have the pictures of washing your hands. So I just went to Google and went to clip art and just searched what I needed. If your child works better off of seeing actual images of their toys and objects or of their hands doing things, you can just take pictures with your phone and send it to your computer and plug it into this grid. But if you don't want to do all of that, you can just go to Google and search through clip art. They offer really great cartoon images so that you can just create these schedules on the fly without having your child to participate in them. So I just searched wash hands clip art. You copy the image and you can paste it right into your grid, and then it's relatively the same size as your other pictures, and you can even add text. So I'm going to add wash hands correctly. Wash hands. And then it's correctly in grid form and it's easy to print and laminate and have them cut on the go. So now we're going to go into detail about the different kinds of visual schedules you can make. So the first one that I would go over is the daily schedule. A daily schedule is just a schedule that you can put every single activity on they're going to do throughout their day. I use it every single day in your music session, so you've seen this before, and I just put every single activity that they're going to be doing in music on the schedule so they have that visual representation throughout their day that they can reference and look to as they're going throughout their day. So I like to have Velcro on the back of mine so that I can secure pictures that I would need onto the back of my schedule and have them for easy access. It can be easier than having them in a Ziploc bag or on a key ring because they're right here in case something changes throughout your schedule and you need to add something on or take something off and just stick it to the back. So the way that I would use this is I would outline what they're doing throughout their day. I'd recommend that you maybe stick to what they're doing throughout their morning, their afternoon, and their evening so that this doesn't get too filled up with pictures and they don't get too overwhelmed with understanding what they're doing throughout their entire day. So if I were doing this for just a morning, maybe you have pictures like getting dressed, eating breakfast, brushing your teeth, reading a book, things like that. I would explain to them what they're doing throughout their entire morning. So first we're going to do this, then we're going to do this, then we're going to do this. And then once you go through the whole schedule, I would take off the picture of what you're doing first. I would show it to them and explain it to them. First, we're going to sing our hello song. And then I would put it on the time $4. And then we would do that activity. And once you're finished, you would take it off, reference that that activity is all done, and you can put it on the back for safekeeping. And that way your child understands and has a visual representation of an activity being finished. And then you just move on throughout your schedule and change it for the afternoon and the evening. You can even make it fun and include them on creating the schedule in the afternoon and the evening so that they feel a little bit more independent when using the schedule. The next one that I would like to show you is a first then schedule. So this one is similar to the daily schedule, but it's a little bit easier to understand because it's just 2 pictures. So first we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. You can structure it the same way as a daily schedule with the Velcro on the back with the pictures holding it. And that way the pictures are at easy access. You can take pictures off and just put 2 things. So for example, maybe you have a picture of first we're going to get dressed and then we're going to eat breakfast. Or first we're going to play with this ball and then we are going to go to your Zoom class. And that way your child is understanding the structure of a schedule and it becomes easier for them to understand something like the daily schedule. So if your child works better with words, once this is laminated, you can even use a dry erase marker and write on your schedule. First, we're going to read book, and then we're going to eat snack. Or you can even draw pictures and make it fun that way. You can have them help you draw pictures of the activities that they're going to be doing throughout their day and make it more independent and fun that way. Next and last, I have a procedural or a horizontal schedule. So we use these schedules for activities that you would need a step-by-step breakdown for. At TLC, we use them for things like hand washing or using the bathroom. And at home, you can use it for things like your morning routine, hand washing, bathrooming. Maybe you have an activity that has a lot of steps that you'd like to break down, or maybe you have a recipe that you're making that you would like to break down for pictures for them. So that can just make it easier to make things easy for step-by-step. So for a schedule like this, you would just put them in picture-by-picture order, and you can do the same thing you would do for a first then or the daily schedule, take things off and put them on the back. Or since these schedules kind of stay the same, they don't change much, like you wash your hands the same way every time, you can cut flaps and cover the pictures. I've seen people secure it with magnets, or you could secure it with Velcro or tape, and you can just flip down these little flaps once they've done those things in their routine, and that way once they're all closed, you can show them that they're done with that procedure. So these are some examples of schedules that we use in school and that we recommend that you use at home. It just helps your child understand the routine and gives them a visual representation of what they should be doing throughout their day. And it takes them time to understand. So don't be discouraged if your child doesn't understand it right away or still has a tantrum when they're transitioning through activities throughout their day. It's going to take time for them to learn this skill, so just be consistent. Use it over and over again and model as much as you can. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and learned something about visual schedules, and I hope that you have a great day. Bye.